Alright guys, I'm really bad about this. I never really say this, so I'm just going to make an intro so I don't forget again. Guys, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what you think I said in this video. Tell me if I'm wrong. I love to hear when y'all think I'm wrong with an explanation. Have a great day, guys.
That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Okay guys, I know the title of this video was a little misleading. I know I lost this Dynasty trade. I'm not afraid to admit it. According to most people in the Dynasty community, Aaron Jones is worth more than this, but the thing is, when you're making Dynasty trades, you can't be afraid to lose the trade on quote-unquote value, because 12 months from now, we never know how it's going to look. And if you are making a trade that makes sense for your roster construction, that's why you should be doing it. You should not necessarily be doing it just strictly off of, oh, okay, the Dynasty community on Twitter says Aaron Jones is worth 75 cents, and these other pieces are only worth 72 cents. I'm not going to make this trade. Guys, that's irrational. Obviously, you're not going to make drastic changes in value, but you can be willing to give up a little bit of value here and there if it's going to make your team better, especially given the Dynasty format. And I'm going to break down this video exactly what you can look for and my thought process in making one of these trades, and I have the perfect example for y'all. So right away, I'm going to say the trade was Aaron Jones for Tyler Lockett and the rookie pick 203. Now, before you turn off the video, I promise you, guys, I know what I'm doing. There's a reason this trade was made, and there's a reason that I consistently am on top of the Dynasty standings, and I don't even know how many leagues I'm in at this point. It's because you have to understand the Dynasty settings. You have to understand how to look at these players. So with Aaron Jones, let's just try to take a look at him and project him out for the next couple of years. So he's currently 25 years old, which, yeah, I mean he's young. And I want to say right now, I've said this on a multitude of videos, I love Aaron Jones, guys. I mean, I literally have FaceTimed the guy. I know people who personally know him, and I wanted to root for him as much as possible. I've owned him in Dynasty before, but at this point, he's overvalued because of what he was able to do in 2019. And this is me selling my last share of Aaron Jones. Now let's get into it. He's 25 years old, and the main problem with Aaron Jones is he's going into a contract year. His rookie contract is ending, and the team just went out there and invested a second-round pick into A.J. Dillon. Now, regardless of what your personal views are on A.J. Dillon, I personally don't think that he can be a three-down running back. I'm not sure he has the pass-catching ability. It does not necessarily matter. What matters is the Green Bay Packers' views on A.J. Dillon, and they saw this running back as a guy that was worth spending a second-round pick on, and now that may not necessarily mean they plan to give him a large workload in 2020, but what this does signify is in 2021, A.J. Dillon is either going to be the starting running back or be a significant contributor to a committee. So whether you believe that Aaron Jones is going to be in Green Bay past 2020 or not, guys, his days of getting a significant amount of touches, which really never really happened. I mean, he was just incredibly efficient with what he got, are coming to an end. A.J. Dillon is going to be getting the goal line work. A.J. Dillon is going to be in there on obvious running down situations, and this is something that most people are not talking about, and it's because the Dynasty community doesn't necessarily value A.J. Dillon correctly, and it's because we are too excited about Aaron Jones, which is completely fair. Like I said in the video yesterday where I traded away Joe Mixon, I'm not going to argue with anybody if they try to tell me that Aaron Jones is a top 7 or 8 NFL running back in terms of strict talent. I mean, guys, that's kind of pointless to this main argument, because the main argument is that A.J. Dillon was selected for a role on the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones is coming to the end of his rookie contract. Who knows if Aaron Jones will be there a year from now? Who knows if Aaron Jones will even be the starting running back a year from now? Now, let's get into what Aaron Jones did in 2019 and why, even if he can maintain his volume, I still believe he is going to significantly regress going into 2020, and why this trade overall makes sense. So in 2019, Aaron Jones had an average of 96 total yards per game. He had 3 receptions a game, which is probably one of the best things on his profile, that he can go out there and catch the ball, especially if A.J. Dillon is not going to be able to do that at the NFL level. But where this statistical outlier is the touchdown category. I mean, Aaron Jones was averaging over a touchdown a game, which just does not happen. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, Aaron Jones is out there scoring more touchdowns than Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb. I mean, you cannot expect this year over year, and we have to expect this to significantly come down, especially considering that A.J. Dillon will be used at the goal line from now on. So if we take this 2019 statistic and we just cut it in half, say that A.J. Dillon is going to score half a touchdown a game, he's going to get a total of 8 touchdowns. I'm sorry, not A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones. And I would say this may be even a little aggressive with the addition of A.J. Dillon because he's definitely going to be getting that goal line work. Just say Aaron Jones can somehow get 8 total touchdowns and say he can keep his yardage totals and his reception totals. This is going to bring him down from 20 points per game in 2019 to 15.6 points per game in 2020. So this is a dramatic shift that brings Aaron Jones as a league-winning RB1 to really a mid-tier RB2, and in a format that is Dynasty and Best Ball, and you only have to start one running back, what is a mid RB2 really worth? I mean, is he worth more than Tyler Lockett, who is 27 years old, who in 2019 is coming off a season where he averaged almost 15.6 points per game just on his own? And I mean, Tyler Lockett is showing no signs of slowing down. So just say that Tyler Lockett scores 1 point per game less than Aaron Jones in 2020. Then we're going into a 2021 season where, yes, Tyler Lockett will be 28 years old and Aaron Jones will only be 26, but they play 2 different positions. Aaron Jones will not necessarily have his role on the Green Bay Packers, whether he's on a new team, whether he's sharing a backfield with A.J. Dillon. I mean, it's not going to be looking pretty for Aaron Jones in 2021. Yet, we look at Tyler Lockett in 2021. Guys, we're just trying to project 1 year out from now. Tyler Lockett's going to be looking at maybe a very similar situation. Maybe DK Metcalf takes over as a clear alpha wide receiver 1 in Seattle. But still, I would much rather have Tyler Lockett, the wide receiver 2 in Seattle, than Aaron Jones, a wide running back 2 in Green Bay, even if he still is in Green Bay. Now, let's talk about maybe you don't mind the swap. I mean, maybe you think that Aaron Jones is still worth more than Tyler Lockett by a long shot. Let's talk about what the rookie pick 203 actually is in a Superflex league. So I'm looking at my last 3 Patreon Superflex leagues, and let's see what player was available at the 203 that I would have selected at the 3 drafts here. In one draft, Henry Ruggs was there. I mean, I actually drafted him there. Y'all know Henry Ruggs is most likely my highest owned rookie and will be throughout the rest of the offseason. It's kind of funny at this point that Henry Ruggs was the number 1 wide receiver drafted in the NFL draft. By no means am I saying he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football. Building an NFL team is different than building a fantasy team. Yet we have to understand with historical hit rates, guys, I know you're looking at 40-yard dash speedsters like John Ross and saying, hey, he didn't work out. But we have to overlook that. We have to see that Henry Ruggs was used differently in college. Henry Ruggs is a completely different type of wide receiver in terms of build with hand size and weight than we see from these other traditional speedsters as a T.Y. Hilton or a John Ross. And Henry Ruggs is a special guy. I mean, Henry Ruggs could be easily on his own worth more than Aaron Jones a year from now. Now, let's go to the Flock 8. Who was there? Henry Ruggs. Guys, I mean, I'm kind of hesitant to put this video out before we have the Flock 10 rookie draft, just because I would die to get Henry Ruggs at this 203 pick. Yet, I think people are wisening up. I don't think people are going to let him slide there. And it's really disappointing. Maybe I hold out on posting this video until I see if I can get him there, because I think if I'm talking about this openly and he's my target, I'm probably going to get sniped. But nonetheless, I have enough Henry Ruggs. Say in the Flock 7, where Henry Ruggs was actually selected before the 203, who was available? T. Higgins, a guy that was selected at the very beginning of the second round of the NFL draft, and he looks like he's going to be the replacement for A.J. Green in Cincinnati, and he's going to be able to build and grow with one of the league's most exciting young quarterbacks, Joe Burrow. So guys, I mean, what are we really talking about here? Yes, I understand that you can lose a dynasty trade in terms of community value, but you have to look past the community value for whatever that even means, and you have to try to understand the not only short-term production, but the long-term value that a trade where you may be losing immediate value gives you. So go out there. Don't be afraid to accept a trade that your league mates may laugh at. Don't be afraid to accept a trade that Twitter may tell you was bad. I mean, go out there, build your own dynasty team, get your guys and understand league formats and understand short versus long-term production. Now, thanks, guys. That's all I really got to say for y'all. Really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Really hope y'all got something from it. As always, if you did, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop a like and comment how bad you think this trade was. Thanks, guys.
That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.